Hello friends, happy Sunday. Today, before starting my class, I would like to salute my department, my esteemed department, Geological Survey of India, Ministry of Mines, Government of India. I am recollecting the great memories of my department where I served as a marine scientist. I worked along with so many chief scientists of this Samudra Manthan ship and other twin ships of GSI. This is Samudra Manthan, and background is your so-called Agni Parvatam, that is volcano, active volcano of India, that is Andaman Sea. Well friends, I would like to divert your attention toward the science, biochemistry, a brief idea of carbohydrates today. Today let us discuss about brief idea of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates classified into monosaccharides, disaccharides, oligosaccharides, polysaccharides. Glucose, fructose, galactose is monosaccharides having only one sugar molecule, disaccharides having two sugar molecules, that is sucrose, lactose and maltose, and 2 to 10 sugar molecules, raffinose and stachose, and polysaccharides 10 or more than 10 sugar molecules, starch, glycogen and cellulose. Well friends, carbohydrate is a bimolecule consisting of carbon atom, hydrogen atom, oxygen atom, usually with a hydrogen-oxygen atom ratio 2:1, and thus with the empirical formula CmH2O times. That is the general formula. However, not all carbohydrates conform to this precise stoichiometric definition. Not all chemicals that do conform to this definition automatically classified as carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? I told you already, they are the components consists of organic compounds mainly made up of carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. They are produced by photosynthesis using light energy. Carbohydrates, there are 3 types of 3 saccharides, each made up of 2 monosaccharides. That is, number 1 is maltose, is made up of glucose and glucose, 2 molecules of glucose. Try to remember, maltose, 2 molecules of glucose. Then sucrose, glucose and fructose. Then lactose is made up of glucose and galactose. In all the 3 disaccharides, glucose is a common sugar. Carbohydrates, carbo part, and hydrogen and oxygen is about a 2 to 1 proportion, just like H2O, that is the hydrate part. So carbohydrates can be divided into 2 main types, simple and complex. Simple carbohydrates are made up of just one of the 2 sugars units. See here, disaccharide is made up of glucose, and this is glycosidic linkage, and this is fructose. Simple sugars already I told you. So these are the important 3 monosaccharides are glucose, fructose and galactose. C6H12O6 and C12 it is C6H6O6 is glucose, fructose also same thing, galactose also same thing. Simple carbohydrates, all parts make glucose, but much glucose is used to much starch, fiber and other nutrients. Well friends, monosaccharides. What are monosaccharides? Monosaccharides includes glucose, it is also called as dextrose, fructose, it is also called as violose, and galactose. It is made up of. Why it is called dextrose? Glucose, when plain polarized light is passed through the solution of glucose, the plain polarized light turns towards the Right, dextrose. Fructose is called levulose. When plain polarized light is passed through the fructose solution, this is turns towards the left, levorotatory. That is, previous one is dextrorotatory. This higher chemistry that I discussed in future. Now, for instance, galactose and glucose are both aldohexoses. Aldohexoses are nothing but they contains aldehyde group, CHO group. And coming to the different physical structures and chemical properties, monosaccharides glucose plays a pivotal role and a predominant role metabolism, where the chemical energy is extracted through glycolysis and the citric acid cycle to provide energy to living organisms. Some other monosaccharides can be converted into the living organism to glucose. See friends, this is glycolysis. Glucose is converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, and further it is converted into 3-glycerate 3-phosphate. Then it is converted into pyruvic acid, then acetyl CoA, then it is lactic acid. Then coming to the oxaloacetic acid, then succinic acid is converted to fumaric and malic and oxoacetic acid respectively, and citric acid is converted into isocitric and alpha-ketogluteric acid and succinyl. So this is an important citric acid cycle. Fructose is a sweetest sugar, sweetest carbohydrate I can say. So plants make nectar which is high in fructose, very sweet, to attract insects that will pollinate it. Plants also put fructose into fruit to make it tastier. Fructose is highly sweet because it is collected from the next generation, like it is nectars and all. Now fructose in nature, bee collects sweet nectar from flora in the process of spreading pollen from flower to flower and helping plants to reproduce. Bees use nectar to make honey, which humans harvest for us, use as a sweetener. Honey contains mix of sucrose, fructose and glucose. Nectar, it contains sucrose, fructose and glucose. And a kiwi is sweetened in part of fructose. Animals enjoy the sweet fruit and then later poke out the seeds, sowing them for a new generation for kiwi trees. Food sources of fructose: fruits, vegetables, honey, high fructose corn syrup. Fructose is a very important thing, as I told you. Next, coming to the galactose. C6H12O6 is the molecular formula. Food sources of galactose is the milk. Lacto means milk, and dairy products made from milk, but it is almost always linked to glucose to form a disaccharide, more than that in a minute. We already find in our food supply in monosaccharide form best food sources of galactose. Lacto means milk, as I told you. This is the galactose coming to the with glucose to create lactose, one of the three most common disaccharides. Lactose is a disaccharide composed of glucose, and galactose is the principal sugar of mammalian milk and the principal carbohydrate energy source for infants and children. Thus, galactose plays a central metabolic role in the human nutrition. Lactose is hydrolyzed in intestine into glucose and galactose, which together with other sources of monosaccharides are absorbed and metabolized and used as energy. So, my dear friends, galactose is less sweet in comparison to sucrose and glucose. It is regarded as a nutritive sweetener as it has a energy. Both glucose and galactose has a crucial role in joining with lipids for forming glycolipids and incorporate with proteins for forming glycoproteins. Galactolipids are a vital component of membrane tissues and prevents and galactose merging to form more complex galactocerebrosides. Acts as a crucial component of membrane tissues in animal muscles and nerves. So best food sources of galactose are honey, yogurt, and then they are yogurt and celery, kiwi fruit. These are the important. Observe carefully and try to understand the categories of these health benefits. Best food sources of galactose. Hello friends, disaccharides consists of the important things are disaccharides which are sucrose, lactose, maltose. All are disaccharides. Then coming they are linked. This sucrose is made up for the glucose molecule and fructose molecule, which is having a link which is called glycosidic linkage. Lactose also having galactose and glucose linkage of this glycosidic. Therefore, the most common types of disaccharides, sucrose, lactose and maltose, have 12 carbon atoms with a general formula C12H22O11. The differences in the disaccharides are due to atomic arrangements within the molecule. So, functional groups. Breaking apart a double sugar into two simpler sugars is accomplished by hydrolysis with the help of type enzyme. This enzyme called disaccharidase is an enzyme. Also, building the larger sugar ejects the water molecule, breaking it down consumes the water molecule. These reactions are vital in metabolism. Thank you for listening, my dear friends. This is the chemistry of carbohydrates, a brief overview of your carbohydrates. In a series of carbohydrate lessons are there. You please try to understand as far as possible. This is BBSM Academy, a School of Arts and Science. Like, subscribe and share.